Hi, today I want to talk to you about resetting, regenerating adult stem cells. And the reason why I want to talk to you about this is because I believe, after doing a lot of research, I believe that one of the reasons I feel better or I'm more healed, okay, pancreas-wise than a lot of people that visit my site or in the Beating Pancreatitis support group. The reason why I'm more healed is because I used to fast a lot, okay? The reason I used to fast a lot is because I was always sick for the first 3 to 4 years of the illness. I was always sick. I was in the ER 7 times before I got diagnosed. And then I was sick all the time after that. It's just that I had such crappy results in the ER that I just never went back for flares. I just, handled it myself. And I'm not saying that was the correct way to do things, but hey, it turned out all right for me, okay? I'm not advocating that for you. I'm just saying it turned out all right for me because, hey, I had bad experiences in the ER. I mean, I was taking it. My wife came home one time, found me kneeling in front of the toilet with my hands wrapped around my gut, and she asked me if I was okay. And I would have normally said something like, does it look like I'm okay or whatever, but I was too sick, to be flippant or sarcastic or whatever. And the only thing I asked her is, are my guts still inside me? Because those of you that have had acute pancreatitis realize that the pain is so bad, it feels like that. Remember an Alien where that creature worm kind of thing pops out of that guy's abdomen? Well, that's what I thought was happening. I thought my guts were going to explode from my abdomen. Anyway, the reason I think that I'm better off than a lot of people is because I did so much fasting. Because hey, when I'm nauseated, nausea doesn't tell my body it's time to eat. It's not like it says, "Hey man, I'm nauseated. Let's go have a steak." And I used to eat that kind of stuff, in the early times because I didn't put everything together. I just knew when I ate, I got sick. And it seemed like when I ate anything, I got sick. But my wife at that time was a farm cook. So a lot of the stuff, was all high fat and greasy, like greasy spoon. She was an awesome cook. She really was an awesome cook, but it wasn't pancreatitis friendly food. Okay, so anyway, I got off the track. Adult stem cells. Okay, the info out there that I've studied, that I came across because I don't even know why I started researching adult stem cells, but the research that I've come across says that fasting can reset and regenerate adult stem cells. Now, what does that mean to you? Okay, or what am I thinking that it means to you and me? Okay, is that when adult stem cells are the cells that tell the other cells to do their thing and regenerate, to repair themselves and stuff. So I'm thinking that if you can regenerate the adult stem cells, okay, that those are going to regenerate the cells that also can regenerate pancreas tissue, because it's already a proven fact that acinar cells can regenerate, okay? And I've gotten off enzymes, okay? I no longer need to take enzymes, okay? So obviously my acinar cells, which produce pancreatic enzymes, have regenerated, okay? Are you with me? So I don't need enzymes anymore, okay, or at least at this point in time. And I haven't been on Zen enzymes for quite some time now. So I believe there's something really to this, okay? And what I was hoping for, and I'm still doing the fasting thing, but what I was hoping for is, remember, well, I don't know if you remember or not, but I've got celiac disease, I've got RA, and I've got a small bit of, a small case of psoriasis. I mean, the psoriasis isn't a big thing. Every now and again I'll get some plaques. It's not like a friend of mine named Dick Walk when I was in the timeshare business. Dick and I lived together for a while. I mean, matter of fact, my mother's daughter, Mary, and I and Dick shared a condo on the lake, on Pondrea Lake in Sandpoint, Idaho. So I knew Dick. I knew what he went through, and he had plaques all over his body. I mean, he took tar baths, okay, in order to help stem the itching and the pain. And he'd even his skin would actually break out and bleed and stuff from psoriasis. And I mean, I ain't anywhere near that. Okay, like I said, I'll get a couple of plaques on my knuckles, on my hands every now and again, maybe some places on my legs and on my bodies and stuff like that. But I mean, we're talking small little plaques, and they're not all that big of a deal. Anyway, I was hoping by regenerating, stem cells, that my RA might go away. I might get rid of RA, because it's getting to the point where, like the other day, I went up and down the stairs to do laundry, and for the rest of the day I could hardly move, and it wasn't like just because I hadn't done enough exercise. It was like painful joints. I mean, almost places that didn't even really get exercise. I mean, I went up and down the stairs, so my knees hurt, but my elbows, what did I do with my elbows going up and down the stairs, my wrists and stuff? I mean, where did they come into play? But some way or another, just doing that little bit of stuff triggered a little bit of an RA flare. And so what I'm thinking is that if I can rejuvenate, enough stem cells, that maybe because my pancreas is pretty much healed now. And I think the reason why it is number one, diet, supplements, and I think the fasting now, since I've been researching this adult stem cell rejuvenation, resetting, and so forth. So anyway, that's what I'm hoping. And I'm hoping if you try it, I'm hoping that you'll see something good happen with your pancreas. Okay, now when I say regeneration of cells, pancreatic tissue and stuff like that, I'm talking about regeneration of acinar cells and possibly beta cells. I'm not talking about people who have suffered resection where they're missing, the body and tail of their pancreas. All they've got left is the head or something similar, because I very seriously doubt that you're going to regenerate a whole pancreas. Can the Lord God Almighty do something like that for you if you've got faith enough and you pray enough and stuff like that? Yeah, I think that can possibly happen. But that's probably not his plan, because, let's face it, if he healed everybody, nobody'd die, okay? And like the Bible says, you're appointed a time to die, and then the judgment, I mean, we're all going to die. Ever since Adam and Eve fell, okay, there's no more Garden of Eden right now. And so we all die, okay? So if he healed everybody totally, nobody'd die, and this planet, the planet Earth, would become so overpopulated, worse than it is now, but it would become so overpopulated, it'd be a complete ant farm, okay? And so I don't think that's his plan, okay? But, you know, who knows? I'm not God. I'm not him. I don't want to be, you know, I don't have the brain power for that. And so, you know, it's just one of those, I'm just me. Anyway, let's get back to adult stem cell regeneration, reset. It takes water fasting, complete water fast, okay? This isn't, you know, like you can have some milk or you can have a coffee drink, you know, with cream and sugar and all that crap that goes into those things, okay? You can have black coffee, okay? That's it. Black tea. Green tea is really, really good, okay, because there are things in green tea that help stimulate, quicken the reset and the regeneration of adult stem cells, okay? Another supplement called ALA also helps. Curcumin helps. Sulforaphane. What that does, okay, in regard to actually regenerating stem cells, I really have no clue. But that may be one of the reasons that sulforaphane is so anti-cancer, okay? Sulforaphane comes from cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and Brussels sprouts and, you know, stuff like that. Spinach. Spinach is full of it, but so is broccoli and Brussels sprouts and cabbage and, you know, things of that nature. And so it's a phytonutrient that causes apoptosis, cancer cell death for cancer cells. It kills cancer, and so does curcumin, and so does grapeseed extract. Okay, so that's one of the reasons that grapeseed extract, curcumin, and vitamin C are so important, along with a good pancreatitis diet, low fat, no fat pancreatitis diet, because they are super anti-inflammatory. And again, what is pancreatitis? It's inflammation. So anything that you can do to quell, resolve the inflammation, the better off you're going to be. And that helps the regeneration of the cells of the pancreas tissue, okay? Because the cells of the pancreas won't regenerate while there's massive inflammation. As a matter of fact, inflammation, chronic inflammation in the pancreas still kills pancreas cells. Not just acute pancreatitis, not just the acute inflammation, but the ongoing chronic inflammation, okay, will do it as well. That's why it's so important to resolve the inflammation in order to heal from pancreatitis. Okay, anyway, I'm off the track again. I'm sorry. Okay, so total water fast, okay, except for coffee, black coffee, tea, black tea. That doesn't mean if you're English you can put cream in your tea. It has to be plain tea. And green tea is the best, okay? Okay, so water, tea, coffee. Those are the only three things allowed on this fast to regenerate adult stem cells, to reset and regenerate adult stem cells, okay? And the supplements ALA, sulforaphane, curcumin, okay? They seem to help the process along and make the process like up to 25 times faster. Okay, so you take those while you're fasting with water. That's all. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's all you're able to take. Okay, so I can't reiterate that enough. No food of any kind. I don't care if it's liquid food or solid food. It's a no-no. Zip. No Jell-O, no yogurt, nothing. Okay, we're talking total fasting. Okay, on just water, coffee, black coffee, and tea. Okay, Nothing in the tea or the black coffee, no sugar, no cream, no milk, no nothing. Okay, no dairy creamer, no the powdered crap. None of that stuff. Just plain water. Okay, none of and it doesn't. Don't be buying the coconut water with the vitamins and minerals and the sugar and crap. Plain water. Okay, there's nothing in it, just plain water. Coffee, tea, with nothing in it. Okay, and it takes the least amount of time it takes to affect adult stem cells is 24 hours, but the reset and the regeneration doesn't occur in that short a period of time. But that doesn't mean it can't help. It doesn't mean that, a 24-hour fast every now and again won't help you, because it probably will. Okay, but it takes 3 days, 72 hours plus is better. 3, 4, 5-day fast. It's actually 3 seems to be the optimum number, so I'm going to tell you around 72 to 80-hour fasts, okay, or the like primo, okay, that seems to be the sweet spot. So, yeah, I know that comes from downhill skiing, but the sweet spot of this whole thing is like 72 plus hours, okay, so. If your pancreas is hurting you, don't eat, okay? I mean, that just prolongs the agony. I don't care what these guys are coming out with, okay? I've read things now where they're saying that, hey, eating, somehow helps the pancreas when you're in acute pancreatitis. That's bullcrap, okay? There's no possible way that helps, okay? And it's not only not common sense, but I can tell you this. When I was sick, every time I ate, I got sicker. It just makes no sense. Zero. Okay? So, you can believe who you want to believe. Okay? But I'm telling you, a lot of people think I'm a conspiracy theorist. Well, maybe I am, but here's what I think, okay? I don't think they want to cure you, okay? I don't think the AMA, whether it's doctors or big pharma or anybody, wants to cure you, because all you have to do is ask yourself, how would they make a living? Okay, if there were no cancer, if there was nothing like pancreatitis, if there were no cancers, if there was no heart disease, no arthritis, no autoimmune disease, no nothing like that, how would they make a living? How would they buy their expensive homes, their luxury vacations, their Rolls Royces and their Mercedes? How would they pay for them? You can't buy that stuff on eggs and apples. Okay, so if we went to the point where, back when our grandparents were and great-great-grandparents were alive, and did you know there wasn't any heart disease until the early 1900s? Okay, if you really do your research, yeah, people died of heart attacks. Okay, so I shouldn't say there really wasn't any heart disease, but not like we have it now. I mean, people have always died. Ever since the fall of man, people have died, okay? So there's always been something to kill us. And I could get into more, but I'm not going to. So maybe what I just said was incorrect, okay? I'll go back on that, because I read this article where, and it was by somebody it was a scholar-type article that was talking about having no heart disease until the early 1900s. But that's probably not true, okay? So, because people died of heart disease. I don't know if there was cancer or as much of it as there is now, because now we've got so many chemicals in everything. I mean, there's chemicals in our water that cause cancer. There's chemicals in our food that cause cancer. I mean, environmental situations. Even the air we breathe is so full of crap now that it's hard to protect our bodies against cancer. But see, that's one of the things that you and I, as a chronic pancreatitis patient, we have to be concerned with, because ongoing chronic inflammation from pancreatic cancer does increase, from pancreatitis, does increase our risk of contracting pancreatic cancer. It's a small increase. It's not like you should lose sleep over this, but what I'm telling you is it does increase our risks. So anything that we can do to decrease our risk of pancreatic cancer is a good thing. Okay. Anything that we can do to decrease our risk of chronic pancreatitis flares or acute pancreatitis, okay, is really good, because the whole thing that I'm trying to get you to do, okay, with information from my site, information I post in the group and stuff like that, is to get you guys to do stuff that'll heal your pancreas so that you can live a better life and hopefully live it as pain-free as possible. And are all of you going to become pain-free? Heck no. There are so many people that I've met in that group that are so damaged. I'm sorry. You'll never be pain-free, I don't think. Maybe you'll find a lot of relief, if you do certain things. And hey, wouldn't that be great? Okay. But actually becoming pain-free for some people out there that have chronic pancreatitis and have had recurrent bouts of acute pancreatitis because they just won't stop eating bad crap, okay? It damages the pancreas. The more flares, the more acute pancreatitis you have, the worse off you're gonna be. Okay, so that's why I'm so adamant on diet. Okay, and everybody seems to think we're all different. Okay, we're not. Your pancreas, okay, weighs about 80 grams. It's about 6 inches long, about the size of your hand. Pictures on the internet, unless you really get down to nitty-gritty pictures, okay, of the pancreas they've taken out on autopsy or whatever, the pictures that are out there, like some of the ones I've got on my site and in the group, that's not what your pancreas looks like. It's like a weird-looking hot dog. It's about the size of a weird-looking hot dog, and there's several parts to it. You can get online and you can grab a picture, that will show you and name the specific parts. One of them is like, I don't pronounce stuff right all the time, but one of them's unicum. It's right underneath the head, okay? And then you've got the head, then you've got the body, then you've got the tail. Okay, so the tail is off to the left, and a lot of people seem to have pain on the left side, which it tells me they're getting tail damage. Mine was normally dead center, so I evidently had a lot of body damage. And I got some pain off to the left every now and again, and I also noticed that when my pain was off to the left every now and again, that's when I got nauseated the most. So there's something, I don't know what, I'm not a doctor, okay, but there's something about damage to the tail that seems to cause more nausea. Now that just may be my imagination, okay? Because I didn't journal it or anything like that. As a matter of fact, the only thing that I've ever journaled on my pancreatitis journey is my story and things that I've done and stuff like that. But the only thing I really journaled was when I was doing my own pancreatitis diary, food diary. Okay, to find out which foods were actually really safe for me and which weren't. And again, I'm off track a little bit, but let's talk about doing a proper pancreatitis diary as well. Okay, there's a couple of parts to that. The first part is to fast, okay, which is going to help regenerate, reactivate your adult stem cells. So you fast for at least 3 days. Then you cleanse. Actually, cleansing first would not be a bad idea while you're starting your fast. And the reason why you want to do a cleanse, and I'm talking about an enema cleanse, because I don't want you taking any chemicals that could harm your pancreas. Okay, water up the butt ain't going to harm your pancreas. Okay, so you do enemas until they run clear. Okay, you get all the offending food out that you possibly can. Then you fast for a couple more days and you cleanse again. Okay, and get rid of what else has come down the line, the abdominal, the intestinal line, the tubes. Okay, so and you get rid of it all. Okay, and then once that's done, then you start taking one food at a time. One food. Okay, and you eat it, for a week to see how it actually works for you. Because a lot of times, everybody seems to think that, when you eat, you immediately get a response, you get pain. But most people have not done this pancreatitis diary, food diary thing. They don't know what really offends their pancreas and what doesn't. And so they keep eating offending food all the time, okay? So that's why a lot of times when you eat, you immediately get sick because you've already got offensive food inside your belly, okay? That stuff just doesn't go away, and it doesn't. But what I'm trying to tell you is that once you're healed, I'm not cured. But if I were to go and eat something that I really enjoy, which I know makes me sick, okay, and I've tried this a couple of times because I'm just like everybody else. I cheat, okay? Every now and again, stuff calls my name. Okay, I haven't had a steak in years, but my kids, grandkids, and my daughter were here in March, I think it was, first part of March, and I bought a roast for them, and so I had a roast with vegetables and stuff prepared for them when they got here, so that they could chow down. For dinner, and it takes a lot of roast to feed 8 people. So, and I cheated a little bit. Okay, I tried a little bit of roast, and nothing happened to me. Okay, because it's a lot of times it's continued insult to the pancreas. Okay, it doesn't necessarily happen one time. Now, would I try that with bacon or bacon grease? Not on your life. That was the number one, right 20 minutes after I ate, every time, that would cause me horrible symptoms. Okay? Pork is really bad. Bacon is horrible. It's total grease. Okay? And there's nothing better than fried potatoes and bacon grease. Okay, man, that's a killer. Okay, and I used to get so sick when we'd have bacon and eggs and toast and hash browns, and the taters were fried in bacon grease. Oh man, that would just kill me. And then my wife made another thing that I really loved, which is called tamale pie. Every time I ate that, hours later, I was sicker than a dog. So there are some things for certain people that will get you almost immediately. But remember, we're going back to a time when I had not yet done my pancreatitis diary, my food diary, so I didn't really know yet that all this stuff was really the cause of why I had flares and acute pancreatitis all the time. Okay, come to find out that celiac disease played a big role in all this. I thought it was an abdominal injury I had playing football when I was in school, but that wasn't it. Okay, it turns out that I had celiac disease, which wasn't diagnosed until 2009. But after reading about it and learning what celiac disease actually does, it doesn't just attack the small intestinal villi. Okay, celiac disease is actually a systemic autoimmune disease. Most doctors think it only attacks the small intestinal villi. That is not true. It'll attack almost any organ in your body, including your brain, your spinal cord, all kinds of things. My mom was also a celiac, and this tells me why she had so many miscarriages after me, and I don't have any brothers or sisters, okay? Because celiac disease causes miscarriages in females. What's that got to do with your intestinal villi? Okay, it's a whole different organ system. So what I'm saying, okay, is that you can do research now with people that actually really know about celiac disease, and you'll see where it's a lot like lupus. Lupus is also a multi-organ systemic autoimmune disease. So, I mean, so is RA. So, and there are others. I'm just pointing this stuff out because they're causes of acute pancreatitis and recurrent acute pancreatitis. So it's not just food, but when you eliminate a lot of the problem, okay, with the autoimmune disease, if you have one that causes acute pancreatitis, when you eliminate the problem as much as possible, then you also cut down on the recurrent acute pancreatitis. But food has a lot to do with it, because once you're damaged, once your pancreas is damaged, like I said, before damage, pancreases are pretty much the same. They weigh about 80 grams. They're about 6 inches long. They look like a weird hot dog, okay? I mean, whether it's male or female, the female one's a little bit smaller than the male, not much, okay? But whether male or female, the pancreas is pretty much the same, and it produces the same stuff: pancreatic enzymes, glucagon, insulin, which are hormones. Okay, so it's got the same functions. It does the same thing, looks the same, weighs about the same. Okay, the big difference is damage and where that damage is located. That's what makes everything different. And I was trying to figure out why, some people can't handle raw vegetables, for example. Okay, well, if that's actually true, when they've done a proper pancreatitis food diary, okay, testing one food at a time, okay, and they have problems with it, then I've got to say the difference must be damage, the amount of damage, and where the damage is located, okay, because raw vegetables don't bother me a bit, okay. Matter of fact, very little bothers me now, okay? But that's because I'm so well healed, okay? I'm very rarely sick, okay? And I think a lot of this had to do with the fact that I fasted so much, reactivated and regenerated adult stem cells, which helped rebuild the cells and pancreatic tissue in my pancreas, okay? That's why, I looked into what adult stem cells could do in the body, okay? Because I knew something had to be helping me, okay, along with God. But, see, God helps me because he gives me all these questions, and then I look for answers. He pushes me to look for answers, and so he's done this for years. Okay, and that's why you have all the information from me that you have, and on my blog, and it's all personal experience. I'm not some doctor that's just talking to you out of a book, okay, that he's read in medical school or clinical trial studies or whatever. I'm talking to you from actual experience, okay, and what I did to lessen, my acute pancreatitis and stuff like that. I mean, and here's something, okay? While I'm on, I know I'm kind of like going back and forth, and I'm at 35 minutes already. Grapefruit juice. Grapefruit juice was one of the biggest things, okay, that helped stop my acute pancreatitis. Diet, and then I drank grapefruit juice, because remember, I can't drink alcohol, okay? Drinking alcohol with pancreatitis is like, well, that's just not real smart, okay? So alcohol is the number 2 cause of acute pancreatitis. And there are doctors out there that tell you that after you heal, you can start drinking wine again and whatever, Man, that's not too bright, I mean, they must have forgotten that the number 2 cause now of acute pancreatitis is alcohol. And a lot of that has to do whether or not you've got gene variants that make it more likely for you to be triggered by alcohol, okay? Your pancreatitis to be triggered by alcohol. And there actually is, a type of pancreatitis called alcoholic pancreatitis. And I think a lot of these people have the genetic variants that attribute to that. So the number 1 cause right now is gallstones. Okay, the number 2 cause is alcohol. And I think we're moving really quickly. The 3rd cause coming up real quickly is medications. Okay, big pharma witch brews, the concoctions, the stuff that are in medications. But anyway, I'm off the track. All I wanted to do was talk to you about stem cells, and like usual, I'm sitting here talking about a bunch of whole other stuff that has nothing to do with adult stem cells. But reactivating the adult stem cells, resetting them and reactivating them so that they start regenerating your pancreas tissues. That's what I'm trying to get you to do, okay? The fasting, no matter what the American Medical Association says out there now, and that their new treatment for acute pancreatitis for patients that are in hospital to feed them as fast as they possibly can, that's bull crap, okay? Because everything I've read, okay, points to the fact that fasting, okay, not only gives your pancreas time to rest so that there's not a chance of trypsinogen, tripping the release and activation of pancreatic enzymes while they're still inside your pancreas, causing autodigestion, okay, which causes the pain, the nausea, the vomiting, all that stuff while it's sitting there eating away on your pancreas, okay. Fasting makes that less, okay, less of a probability and possibility, etc., whatever you want to say. Okay, so I believe that helps. Okay, resting the pancreas is very important. Okay, but even more important, okay, now I'm finding out is what that fasting did for me is it reset, reactivated, and regenerated my adult stem cells, which probably helped regenerate my pancreatic tissue. And that's probably why I don't have to use enzymes anymore. Plus the fact I don't constantly insult my pancreas with rotten, nasty, bad food. Okay, so take this for what it's worth. Okay, I'm not a doctor. Okay, I can't tell you what to do. And remember, anything that you do, that I do, or that I tell you about might be good, you do it at your own risk. Okay, I can't prescribe treatment. I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just telling you what I do, what I've found on research and stuff like that. If you do something, great, okay? I'm telling you, if you keep eating bad food, you're going to keep getting bad results. That I do know. And anybody that tells you different is wrong, okay? Because, I may have gotten away with eating a little bit of roast while my kids were here, okay? But I didn't redo it over and over and over and over, okay? And so, we were talking a little bit about response to food being immediate or prolonged, okay? Sometimes it takes repeated insult of a food to cause problems, especially if you're like me and you've been on a really good low-fat, no-fat pancreatitis diet, okay, and you're healed, okay? I'm lucky. I'm not near as damaged as a lot of you people that'll be watching this video, okay? I'm super lucky. God blessed me totally. God protected me. I'm super lucky, okay? I know some of the people in my Beating Pancreatitis support group are so damaged. Day-to-day living for them is pure hell on earth. And unfortunately, I'm not trying to be negative, okay? Unfortunately, I don't see an end to that, okay? So no matter what they do, they're going to probably always have pain. But the goal would be to try stuff, okay, that I've done, okay? Remember, you got to do it at your own risk, but to try stuff that I've done that's helped me. Because if it does nothing but give you 24 hours of relief from pain, where you didn't have to use narcotics all the time, to get through the day, or even still have pain after you've taken narcotics, okay? Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be nice? Hey, anyway, I'm going to get off here, but water fasting, total water fast, 3 days, okay, reactivates, resets, and helps stem cells, adult stem cells, to regenerate, okay? And if that takes place, I'm hoping that it will help your pancreas regenerate pancreatic tissue. That's what I'm hoping, okay? Whether it does or not, I have no proof, okay? None, except that I'm healed. I'm well. 97, 98% of the time, I have no problems. Now, but I did certain things, and I wasn't near as damaged as others are. So that's all that I can tell you. I'm wishing you a pain-free, blessed day. God bless you.